EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Well, as they say, if you drew it up, you couldn't have drawn it a whole lot better. That's exactly how you want to start the game. Excellent momentum off the opening kickoff.
Now Hall to start the drive. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Well, this defense for the Chargers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And running with power here. And this doesn't quite work out as well as planned. They'll forfeit a few yards as he's tackled just past the 15. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now Newton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now it's Newton. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Newton. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 23. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 24 now, here's second down and 8. They'll go again with Hall. Across midfield. Down the numbers. There he goes. Breece Hall. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. 7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Breece Hall. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 90 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A toss left side for Hall. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. 2nd down and 8. Hall want to give up the middle. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Mahomes throwing on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Zach Moss, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Charger drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now an audible here into something else. A first down carry here for Johnson. They juked him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Now a first carry for their fullback. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Steelers are going to have it here just past the 25. A nightmare of the first half for him. And that's now 3 interceptions. And Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks. On the counter, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Steelers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Here is 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll swing this out to Moss. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes being chased out left. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
But touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing now is Mahomes. CeeDee Lamb. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Way back at the 17 now after the loss. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
With the score, Steelers 14, Chargers nothing.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Charger drive about to get going.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
68 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Newton now to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
It's caught by Aguilar. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Now the try here for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Chargers 7.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. They shakes him off.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Escapes the defender.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Johnson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League.
Shut him down, defense!
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Rolling to his right, dumping it off for Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Again, it's Johnson. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They go
back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Up the middle, Johnson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try
and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Pharaoh Brown.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Chargers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So what a comeback here. They looked like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a 4th quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly, because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go, and they hung in there and made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Behind, and remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Flush to his right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll give to Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Hall again.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here's 3rd down and 5.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll go up the middle here with Moss.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Zach Moss
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Well, that sets up a big third down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5.
Newton. And that will be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5.
Newton to throw.
He's got Johnson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Here comes 2nd down.
Now it's Newton.
By Johnson. And he will finally be taken down with just a massive play there to get him to the outskirts of field goal range.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Now Newton. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their 2nd-year kicker. And his kick is indeed good. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road.
That was an excellent